Hello and welcome. Okay, let me see. Switches. Yes. Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Cold Fire, and I will be doing uh, a love reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, as well as Vedic astrology sign Gemini. Um, why do I specifically do Gemini love messages? Gemini messages, because it's not just because I am a Gemini. Uh, it the the reason is that I've noticed is like Geminis are difficult for people to read. I've tried to figure out why it is based on what are the differences between the way I function and I interact in society, or whatever it is. Mainly, it is. You will hear this over and over again that the Geminis think really fast. They are really intelligent. They're quick-witted. They speak really fast. According to me, yes, a Gemini mind really processes and um, gets to the answer and conclusion really fast. We're very good at logic. We like to speak about our discoveries and findings because we do come up with some really unique things across in our life. It's mainly because the universe sends us these sticky topics or very vast topics, so that we process it and make people understand. It's um, so that's how the universe works. Like, it will give every zodiac something to figure out based on their ways of working. The Gemini just gets some really, really, really weird and bizarre things to process, mainly things that like don't are very, very far away, either too futuristic or um too ancient history or cosmology. Like, like it will just come to us suddenly, and we're so engrossed in trying to figure it out. Like, what does that mean? Why did I come across that article? Why did I watch this movie? And why did I think about all of these other things? And then I need to go and look it up. Like, it we are we do find really interesting things, and that's why we know that we can live an entire life in the pursuit of knowledge and very interesting things and facts and things like that. And if somebody asks us, we will make sure that we will, if we know something, we will really recollect it very fast. And we think that if somebody asks us something, we don't think that it is just small talk. Like, we will, like, give you we will talk your ear off. And I feel that this is it's this inherent nature of the mind of people born under the zodiac Gemini, and wherever they have it in dominant placements in their birth chart. I feel they the social interactions become like they don't understand the difference between the small talk and the social um niceties. And they just they will never be able to just let something go and let it be like fake. they blame us for being fake or two-faced and things like that. It's because a lot of people have approached us to try and figure it out, like, try and see if our what we say is factually correct, and they will never find. I mean, the things that Gemini's process or figure out, the fact sheets are not like available in mainstream media. So that is why I think they tend to call us fake. Even when it comes to social interactions, we know. So we're quite misunderstood. It's like it's like the paradox, the zodiac that understands everything, where there is near to no clue or information available readily. uh, we are quite astonishingly misunderstood by people, by other people. So we kind of go through many different groups of people, because towards the end, like, the longer we stay in a relationship or a group of friends, whether it be work, whether it be a neighborhood, whether it be a community, it tends to get very toxic towards the end, and it just blows up, and then we are compelled to leave, or for our peace of mind. So love readings, especially for Gemini, I feel are very important. If there are any other tarot readers who are Gemini, or if you can just come up and speak about being a Gemini, do it. I would really suggest to do it, because I think this untapped potential that we have with so many Geminis in the world, with the zodiac Gemini, uh, people with zodiacs in their birth chart, I think there's something really the untapped potential. I call it a Gemini coven. By no means I promote like covens and seances and things like that. I'm quite against it. Like, see, this is what a Gemini will tell you honestly. Like, black magic and covens and seances and witch covens and cloud. Like, we tend to see the inherent flaws in a group. We we think that an individual is quite powerful and they should contribute um, individually. um, there's a lot of people just flip on us. I've noticed people flip on us because they just don't understand how do we understand, and where do we get our knowledge from, why is it and like Geminis are like, we attract a lot of attention. We are just attractive for no apparent reason to other people. It's just maybe the mental energy, the processing energy, like, puts this uh, puts it when it goes out into our aura, or probably changes our facial features or our physical appearance as well, because something that is being processed and figured out, and if it is futuristic, if it is quite advanced, the technology of the mind, like, is the mind is one of the most advanced things that we are researching and studying right now. It is connected to Shiva, the third eye. Everybody wants to know what this is, and this zodiac mind works it is in a very advanced way. So the functioning of the mind of the Gemini is very advanced, and that can be and is very, very attractive. It's a very attractive quality. I mean, I do find it attractive because I don't necessarily find it attractive. It's not like a commodity. I don't want to objectify smart people in terms of attraction. It's like I get attracted towards it because then I know that we're on the same page, and then eventually like I feel that my connection with this person will be long lasting. But everybody is just using that to impress other people, and then it eventually runs short. They are If you're doing it to impress someone or please someone, then it always most definitely will run out. um, However, I think somebody who genuinely uh, ever cared for you or love for you, I believe that there is always that one person, one or two people, that we meet. I call them the divine counterpart. I call them the highest level soulmate that we have, that and other soulmates. There are other soulmates, but we are definitely separated from a divine counterpart as well as our highest level soulmate for a very long time in our life, because we're supposed to learn how to process the things that are going wrong. Like faking having mental abilities just to impress each other is it's so obviously very weird and wrong, because it's got no value. The real value is where there is a mind that is capable of processing a vast amount of information, and not only that, like actually communicating that information. And Gemini is a communicative sign, so it's jealousy and envy, I feel, that erupts within other human beings. And I'm not saying like I'm the smartest, like, or I've met other people who are definitely not Gemini, who are much more smarter, have a higher IQ, and but that is also like they take the tests. We I've noticed like Gemini like really can't be bothered. They're like, okay, need to do basis, like examinations and tests, and like we rarely like to be test subjects of any kind, because we just don't have the bandwidth, or we always wanted to go to the next topic. Like when I would read the examination paper, and if I knew all of the answers, I would just like start like answering it, start writing it, and then halfway through I'd be like, you know what, I know all of the answers, why am I wasting my time like thinking about the answers? And I would just space out or zone out, or I would want to like run out of the classroom and do some other activity that I didn't know, or I don't know, or I'm not good at, or read about something that I don't know the answers to. So categorizing human beings based on the marks that they get, or even the money amount of money that they have, like we tend to get really bored really fast of all of that, and we'll just move on to the next thing. But when it comes to love, it's not like that. It's really not like that. We can keep our minds aside, but we get such little opportunity to actually explore that. And we always feel at a loss, because these are the experiences we've had it with people in general, that we just know that this relationship has um like expiry date. We know, we can figure it out, like how long are they going to be able to go without uh getting annoyed at us, or us getting annoyed at the fact that they will just not uh, move forward. We find people very lazy and keep doing the same things over and over again, and they're going crazy expecting a different result, and then it's maddening to us because every time they go back into a pattern, uh, we are like, you know what, we always come up with some like really great idea so that they can uh, try something new, and then then they would like it. They're like, okay, all I have to do is uh, follow the ideas that Gemini is giving me. This is how we build friendships and relationship. And then, but they never end up doing it, and it's maddening for us to watch that kind of thing. So when we actually get on to the twin flame journey, or if we find that soulmate, ultimate soulmate, it's like a shock for us, and we know it very clearly, we know it very clearly. And that raises a lot of questions in our mind. We want to research it, and things like that. I feel, I really honestly do feel that Gemini, most 90% of the Geminis, a sun, I'm not talking about others, 90% of Geminis. I actually had I know someone who lies about being a Gemini. She's actually a Taurus person, and she lies about being a Gemini. And it's so foolish. Like, uh, she has a picture of her celebrate when she's celebrating her birthday, and it's a Taurus date and not the date that she says her birthday is on. And it's like that. Like, it's people interact in very weird ways with Gemini, and they just they think we're weird. We might be weird, but it's all very normal to us because we are us. Like, and we try to do the best. We try to do the best, and we do take relationships, it's even romantic relationships, very logically. We will consider the other person's lives and what they can cope with, what they can't cope with. We will try to help them even if they hate us. Even like my most of my breakups have been about me telling them, like, even uh, me telling them that, okay, we are leaving, we're breaking up, but this is going to be coming up in your life, and this is what I see. So I will not I've stopped listing the details, but I just give them uh, the the last blast of advice, or whatever it is that I have to say. Not advice, like, the words that they need to know. Like, Geminis are really good at words as well. So, but it's like, it's a rare chance that a Gemini would actually get to spend some of their youth uh, with a divine counterpart or a soulmate, like the one for them in this lifetime. Because we really do attract all the wrong sorts for us. They might be good for somebody else, but we do attract all the wrong sorts for us for a very long time. Um, because we're inspired to do it's like this is coming up, like, we've always been inspired to do better. We always start from scratch, like we go back to kindergarten every single time. Like, we really have ADD. If something has worked out, if something hasn't worked out, if something has failed, we will tend not to think about that. So if I've had a breakup, a horrible breakup, I will tend not to think about that relationship unless and until somebody keeps poking at me and like bringing it up over and over again. Like, I had one of my exes, like, kept saying that, those guys were loved you truly, right, and I don't love you. And I was just so confused when he threw that at me. I was like, what? I've always thought that, I'll start new. Sure, I have traumas from my past, uh, just recent breakup. I do. It's just that I didn't know that you would use my past against me. So it's so illogical. Like if you so then that is a point I realized that this person really doesn't want to make it work with me. They don't resonate with me. There is no connection, and so on and so forth. They're a false person, etc. So I think that you are quite connected the to your higher self. um, Gemini, I really do. This for the cards on the stand are the title, the current status, the energies that play in your love life. You are really connected to your higher self. You're seeing it from a bird's eye view, everything, and from really high up, like source. It's like I think you might feel that you are in the library of the multiverse. You probably don't even need to go through people's social media or find out anything about them. It's like you're getting like if you wanted to know something about someone, right, or the whereabouts of your person that you are with, you're feeling very drawn towards, and um, you just know intuitively where they are, like mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. There's a there's strong intuition, and you're feeling you have a very strong understanding of someone. And no matter there is someone in particular, like this might be your twin flame divine counterpart, or your soulmate, or both of them. Like you are, it's like you're crushing on them all over again. They and there's some kind of strength required. So I think that you are there was some sort of conflict when you last spoke, like actual verbal conflict, or there was environment, the environment was of conflict, or the mental energy inside you, your own uh, head and or their head was of conflict, and both of y'all just like knew that was coming up, and y'all might have had a spat or a falling out, and then uh, not met each other. And the things that you're seeing of this person that you are really, really crushing on, like you have a crush on, like whatever you were seeing, it's requiring some kind of strength. And since I've seen this two of swords, it's like maybe you're thinking that yeah, Queen of Cups, you'll know this is mutual. You'll know this is mutual, and you're still being practical, and you're keeping on moving forward. You're keeping on focusing on progress, right? Learning on how to go venture through this life, um, right? And you're focused on growth. You're focused on your own soul's maturity, right? Your own spiritual growth, and you wanted to be connected with your learning about as you grow spiritually. You want to make the narrative of your life here in the physical dimension uh, equally great, right? You have found this love of a lifetime within yourself, and also in another person. For you have this strong intuition, no matter where you see it. If you see it from the outside or you see it on the inside, you have checked your akashic records possibly, and you've confirmed, and you have a strong understanding of this love. But you're still having to keep like doing this on your own, solo, for yourself. There's still mm, there is still room for growth. for you. The Magician. The ruler of Gemini is Mercury, and the Magician card is Mercury. There is definitely something coming together. A twin flame union is like there's this alchemical process. It requires you to move slowly and steadily ahead, being inspired by this journey and by this love, this real love. Before I shuffle, I'm going to light the candle again. There is definitely something that you are learning in the aftermath of realizing that how much you mean to this person and how much this person means to you, and this is the one, they are the one for me. And they also think that there is something that you saw, there is some vision that you had, probably a very short vision about the emotional depth that you and them both share for each other, is keeping you moving forward. You're taking baby steps, but it's still you're moving forward. What you might not know is that there it's coming together. You might not know that you just have like a slight bit of like intuition, or the intuitive feeling, like that, this is so great, it's mutual, it's like it's so amazing, it's so deep, and I know that they feel the same about me. This is a strong love. um so it kind of, I know, like it's gotta come together, like, but for that I need to keep moving forward on my own. And this coming together, you coming together in the material world, is kind of hidden, like it's a secret, it's going to be like surprise, possibly, but you also don't know how many moon cycles it's going to get take, right? We also have Mahashivratri coming up on the 18th of this month. Not so that could mean something, I don't know why it came up, but the moon phases, the full moon, the new moon, the Mahashivratri night. Mahashivratri is the night of Lord Shiva. We celebrate a Lord Shiva. It's suggested that you stay upright, like sit upright all night, and you will get a lot of information directly from Lord Shiva that night. I mean, there is nothing you should take literally. You could be sleeping and hold the intention of getting all the knowledge of yoga from Lord Shiva, and you might get it in your dreams. You might be lying down. We're not horses. You don't have to stand up. Like, so this is what a Gemini would tell you. Like, if you're meant to get it this time, this year around, you will get it no matter what you do. If you've held the intention and you've kept walking on your spiritual path, which I think you have, Gemini, this is going to come together. You are getting that knowledge of how to turn any material into gold. Like, you're probably holding the philosopher's stone, and like, you're doing the philosopher's stone, the alchemical process, and it's like you don't even know how you're doing that. You don't even know how you're doing it. And you're bringing about this magical, beautiful, mystical love for you. Queen of Cups right in the middle. You might be dreaming a lot about your person, or they might be dreaming a lot about you, and seeing that you're moving forward, but at the same time, you're bringing them together. But I really do feel a very intense emotional energy coming from them. I think they might be, like breaking out into tears just suddenly, um, somewhere, or at night, like, they might be waking up from a dream that they've had, about you, let's just say, and y'all were happy. It feels like a happy scenario. They're probably like hanging out with you, but with two pages, maybe the dreaming, or daydreaming, uh, about, talking to you, spending time with you, having fun with you, like, just goofing around, you being a Gemini, like going yak 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 yak. Or if they are also a Gemini, they kind of understand, and both of y'all, like, hey, like, we this is why we understand each other. Y'all might have connected on that, and that might have been something that kept, one mutual thing that you'll have together, that you're a Gemini, right? um and it's like, if they wake up from a dream, or they snap out, like, into practical reality. It's I think your energy is so hidden from them, that they are, the their own archetype of the Gemini, or your archetype of the Gemini, also becomes more mysterious, and like a little, mystical, and very cold and distant, like this, like, the magician. And they see you as this magical being, like an alien, alien queen and princess, or a prince, like energy, alien king energy, like, and it's like they realize when they wake up from a dream, that they've had a few where you're just hanging around and having a good time, uh, probably talking a lot. They wake up and they suddenly don't find you around in life, and if even like, when they know that, they're not going to see you, during the day, or they're not going to talk to you. It's like you're really really hidden from their life, and that is hitting them really hard. And when they get hit very hard with that realization, like they might be driving around and then thinking about you, right? Or something that you said, something cheerful or funny that you said. And and then they suddenly, like, driving becomes second nature for some people, or walking or running, or even if they're at work, like, and they're just doing some routine tasks, uh, which have become second nature for them. And then uh, they've been thinking about you, like basically as much as you have been, like. And but then when they break out, like, they realize suddenly that, I'm not going to see her, or I'm not going to see him. Like, they it's like they suddenly see you disappear into the shadow, like completely into the shadow. uh, and you realize that when they feel like you completely disappeared from their life. And you possibly feel them getting very emotional, and probably breaking out, like, crying, like, starting to cry, because this is a very emotional card. And usually I don't get so much emotional, like, like, I'm crying about you, very clearly. This is the first time I'm getting it, like, your person is saying that, I just I start I break down when I realize that I dreaming, like, daydreaming, or dreaming when I'm sleeping, is the only time, like, I can connect with you. When did you become a dream thing for me? Like, you were definitely the dream, my dream come true, and my dream person. But when did you actually become just a dream now? Like, that sort of emotion. And when it's really heightened, and when they're just probably, like, looking around for you everywhere. And it's like, all they have is like some kind of social media stuff, or like social media stuff to go through, or something very random which is not as intimate as the Queen of Cups energy that we see here. Something very normal, like the way you show up in the world, like for everyone to see, like, hey, this is Gemini, or like, okay, this is what Gemini is doing, like, and then nothing. That interpersonal intimate relationship, the friendship that you all had, um, the energy, the emotional energy of that is still so strong that it's unbelievable for them sometimes to think that you are not a part of their life, like their day-to-day life. Like they don't see you doing these things, and they don't hear you talking about what is the background of this thing that Gemini is doing. Like, it's like they feel so down. They get struck by it. I didn't even know this was at the bottom of the deck. They get just struck by it, and they just want to ball up and sit and cry. And you're feeling that Gemini. Your intuition is really at peak with this connection, especially the emotions that they're feeling. And that's why your movement forward is very slow at the moment. You're taking baby steps, and that's good because you are really intensely connected with this person, and this connection looks like it's here for life. There is definitely okay, this is the past. I'm gonna get some your it's like when you walked into this person's life, like, it was groundbreaking. Like they were ready to throw all of the crap in their life, like, out, because they were so happy. They felt that, they were born once again. They felt like a small baby, like, okay, even though I might be like, God knows, like 30 or 40 or 50 or whatever, uh, or even if you all are teenagers, young adults in your 20s, like, even though I've done life for so many years, it's like a brand new beginning. That's what they felt. That's what it felt like in the beginning, and you were ready to take. You were ready to be thrown out of your old life, or you were ready to throw your old life out. Um, yeah, it's definitely a past life connection with this person, and they were really they have investigated it, and they 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 also felt it. They also couldn't fight it anymore. It was it was it was logical, like, Gemini, King of Swords is like Gemini. um it was like that was the only answer. Like, we've lived past lives together. The connection that they felt, this energy, they knew that this was a past life connection. When they first met you, when you just popped into their life, it was like somebody just handed them the sun, or the source of everything. Like, that's probably because you told them a lot of things, like a lot of knowledge that you have, like, like, hey, new person, to go in and tell them everything about science, art, like, your own life. Like, Gemini's live an open book, because we really don't have the space inside our mind to, like, okay, like, let's hide something about ourselves. Like, okay, I have a criminal record. Why? Because, this, like, you like, we're just an open book. And that energy is come I'm not saying like
It's 10 o'clock.
y'all have a criminal record, but I was just making a joke. But it's like, whatever's happened in your life, the worst chapter in your life, like, you introduced it like very logically. This is what happened, and you probably made a joke about it. you were so happy to share whatever you had with them, and that reminded them of something from a past life, and they were like, okay, then this person has to be the same one that uh I've known in past lives. And they're right. They did think a lot about it, and they did come to a conclusion that this is a past life connection, and they felt it. They knew it in their mind, they knew it in their soul, and now it's like they're feeling it in their heart, like the emotional energy is coming up. Oh, the sun card here. Let's get some cards for the present. Yeah, it's like they're looking into they're looking. They might be looking into, actually looking into your records, actually looking into your akashic records to 404, like to find some kind of flaws, because they really want to. The hierophant is showing up here twice, like but they see that your records are pretty clear with the ace of swords here. I mean, clear in the sense like they're looking into whatever you've said and your records, maybe official records, like your background and your educational files and things like that, where you've been around the world, and also definitely some akashic records searching coming up here, like with the Princess of Wands and Font, like trying to learn somebody's records, look into it. Now you are doing it intuitively. They're actually using something to access your records, and it seems pretty clear, like whatever you said, whatever you've told them, like it matches. So they're feeling a little guilty of actually they're feeling that oh, okay, this was a little immature, me going through her entire record, like I should have probably stopped. But it's like it's feeling like they got really intrigued, and they were they fell for the same thing that everybody else falls for. Like, I want to find something wrong on this person. I really wanted to. How can they be so perfect? And it's like I think that's why they're getting that emotional energy. Like they're saying that you might not be perfect to anybody else, but I feel that you're perfect, and you treated me like you feel that I'm perfect too. And that was right. That's the kind of person they see you as, and they feel they're feeling that their energies are very immature, whereas you're this person who's reached this kind of great height. And it's like it's like they felt very, very childlike, and it's like when they met you initially, they were like, okay, I can be very youthful and childlike and happy, like joyful, happy, childlike in the sense for joy, right? Because this person is like just so colorful and vibrant, and then like sharing every little thing. Like even if she has like 1 penny left for today's budget, she will make sure that she gets something that will cheer me up, like that kind of a thing. And but like after probably doing a lot of research on you to find out like where you've lied and things like that, even white lies, is like they they feel that you've always spoken the truth to them, not to other people. Like you've spoken the truth to them, and then at the same time they're like, okay, I want to find out where she's lied to me. I want to find out where she lied to me. But and then eventually they just realize that, oh my god, they are so intelligent. They're so intelligent, and I think I was looking into their records because I wanted to marry this person. I really feel that this is the person that I'm supposed to be married to. This was written in heaven, the hierophant showing up twice. So they might have checked, done some Akashic records searching and things like that, and they might have seen that y'all are married together. You're supposed to be married to each other in this lifetime because it's mutual. It's what the universe agrees, the hierophant showing up here twice, right? It could be a second marriage for them or you. So they might. That's why this record searching, like what was up. Like, let's say if this is a second marriage for them, they want to make sure that it's the right one because they really have a lot of emotions for you. So they want to do as much research, investigation as much as possible. They do feel like you have a hold on them, and they do feel your energy, like hold on. There is, they know that there is something that they are specifically looking at, but from a very very small. After doing the study and after getting a complete understanding of you, now clear understanding of you, um it's like they feel that they are being a little petty. They're the ones who've been quite immature. But then it's like uh not in comparison to you. They know that they were not trying to be better than you. It's just that they were trying to find a flaw. They were trying to find a flaw, or not a flaw. They weren't trying to find a flaw, like they were trying to find something that doesn't match whatever you said, even if even the smallest of thing, like this doesn't uh fit. And they realized that that was so petty because they already knew that you're extremely knowledgeable. So they're feeling like it was stupid and immature for me to go and do this research. If I feel so strongly about myself, I should have I should trust my emotions. I should have trusted myself at least. Why am I going and doing extra research about something that I already know? The Akashic records part, they don't feel any bit guilty about it. They actually probably saw when they accessed it. It's like a probably a daily thing, everyday thing that they do. Everyday thing that they do. They meditate on your Akashic records, your both of your journeys together, like the journey together, and they it's like I'm getting like they're liking what they see. It's got an addictive quality, like a mesmerizing quality, not addictive. It's a negative word. So it's like got a mesmerizing quality, the mutual love that you will share, and what they see is written for you in the Akashic records. And then they're like, in spite of knowing that it's because of the past. It's because of a past marriage, because of Six of Cups and Hierophant. Some past marriage or past relationship, either yours or theirs. Like maybe they found something that you told them about your past relationships, which was a little disturbing. That's why they wanted to do a little extra checks. And if this is a second marriage for them, then because Hierophant is showing up twice, one of you are definitely second marriage, or both of you might be second marriage, like so they want to be extra careful. You're fine, like whatever you're seen as, you're like, I'm fine. I know when I'm happy, and when Gemini is happy, we know that it is really really happy, is really correct, because those occasions, that kind of clarity, the sun and the ace of swords, that kind of energy is like, I see that as your energy, right? Super clarity. Like I processed everything really fast as soon as I met you, my person. Like and you've lived like that. You've lived like that. You've shown up like that everywhere. um it's them that had the need to go and spy on you and stalk on you and study your Akashic records. I think they found that their Akashic records and your Akashic records are like the same after the point that they met you. Yeah, I do see that. Oh, Nine of Pentacles, Star. It's like it's like in the future, like something to do with. Let's get the other two cards. Something to do with your financial independence and self-sufficiency. They see that in the future for you. They know that you're a star. They know that it's coming together. They know that it is coming together, Gemini. They have seen this, like, and they that is why I think they want to make sure. Now I'm getting like a person wants to actually make sure that if they are uh, right for you, because they have seen this in your records that you are going to be quite known and for what you do, what you create. You're going to be famous. I mean, you're going to be famous, but they kind of also know that you like your privacy. You like to be in the shadows, like hidden, like your privacy. If that's you, it's only probably around them and a select few that you are this open hearted. Oh yeah, they also know that you are like this open and open hearted and all loving and free around them, like exclusively, like 100%. You're like that, and they see like some success coming up uh, due to your spiritual. Did you probably bringing spirituality and science together, like you getting scientific explanations and answers for the spiritual path, like Princess of Wands and the Princess of Pentacles, that is spirituality and physics, like material world, and swords, that is the mental world. So we have three worlds, right? Physical, mental, and spiritual. It's like you're bringing it all together, and they know that you're gonna. And even if you're not famous, like you are going to achieve something on your own with your own personal pursuit, like your own purpose in life, like whatever you're doing, like you're going to achieve something, and they want to make sure that that is done, like you get to do what you really really have set yourself up to do, right? They know that it is important, and for you it might they don't it's not necessarily like it's important for the world and things like that. They know how important whatever you're doing on your own project, like your own soul's journey is so important to you. There's some self discovery, like the the journey of self discovery, that is spirituality. The Nine of Pentacles and the Hermit card is like the literally like self discovery. They know that it is very important for you, and you're getting there, you're getting to the answer, which in turn is going to help a lot of people around you. So yeah, it's going to help a lot of people around you. It's going to help this community that you are a part of. And um yeah, they do actually see you more as the divine masculine polarity sometimes. They might have said this to you as well. Like if you're a woman, they might have said that sometimes you can be a little masculine. Um, or if you're a man, if you're a boy, they do see the divine masculine qualities in you and your behavior. All of us have both the energies, like we have said, and I've said on this channel, and we've heard everywhere. Yin and yang, we have the negative and positive, light and dark, all of it. But they do see you as very, yeah. You have the abilities to take charge of things and make things happen. Quite determined. You're good in social groups. You can bring people together for a common cause. You can bring about enlightenment in large groups of people, communities of people you would, like that you don't even you've never even interacted with or intend to interact with. Like just your energy brings that about, like enlightenment. A lot of enlightenment symbology here: Ace of Pentacles, the Sun, Ace of Swords, um, the Moon card here, Hierophant, Page of Wands, Queen of Cups, Magician. Like this is like they see you as an enlightened being who, by just being around uh, everybody, they they knew that you changed them, you brought about the light for them in their life, like and they know that everybody else is going to see that in the future, and everybody is going to see that in the future, and they're going to cheers you, like they're going to toast to you, they're going to celebrate you, they see a celebration coming up for you in the community, in the world, like local community and world, like going to get something, you're going to be celebrated. You have the Eight of Cups, but I'm being asked to put it back, like Seven of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, sorry. They see you as very hardworking, and they see you like actively participating in whatever you're doing, very hardworking, actively participating in whatever you're doing. They do definitely want to marry you, like uh, the Hierophant showing up here, but I don't think that they're taking active steps. They're just like watching you. Yeah. Uh, you might be facing some kind of block right now. Uh, it was a very liberating experience. I mean, you'll found. I'm getting that, like you'll are blocked from whatever you're put in this relationship at the moment. Like you'll are blocked from it. Like earlier, you were probably working together very successfully. It was a very liberating experience. Like it was all. It felt like child's play because you all had done this. It was a feeling like you all had done this many times over. It was very happy, like like okay, all my hard work has paid off when you all met each other, or that's how they felt. Like they were like, yes, now that I've met her in this lifetime, yes, like uh, I'm gonna be successful and happy forever. Yes, I'm done. Like maybe this is both of you felt like that, that childhood joy, like, yes, you'll high five each other, that yes, we met, we're friends now, like, everything's going to be great. And now, but then they kind of feel like, a lot of things happened after that. You all really did work on your friendship and relationship, or you all did spend some time, you all put some kind of resource in it, like, um, and now that entire uh, thing is gone, like your relationship is gone. And it's not about even the resource that you put in, that you were hoping to, uh, they were hoping to, or you were hoping to, like, have access to it. Like, you'll put all your little pentacles, like your material world things, all stacked it up neatly for each other, like, metaphorically speaking, y'all might have not done anything together, but it feels like, a partnership. It's like you put all of your heart, like, little things, like little trinkets. It's a very beautiful energy that I'm getting. I don't know. It resonates with me, but it's a very beautiful, and I'm getting butterflies in my stomach. It's like, we're like little children, like, um, putting away your little things, like, maybe your diaries, or this is my favorite earrings, this is my favorite necklace, these are my favorite shoes, these are my favorite clothes, this is what I like, you were making a note of that, and kind of saving it, like, okay, this is how I'm going to live my life, he's going to be with me and she's going to be with me, and these are the things that we like to play with, like, you'll had, you literally like dreamed of a at least a friendship together forever. Y'all were shown that, like, y'all were shown that very clearly, that, this is kind of forever, because this has happened in the past, and you all set off doing that, and suddenly now there is a block in that. Let's see why, like, you all knew it clearly, that this is how it's going to be, or we're going to be friends forever, and now that's blocked, like the 10 of wands there, with the seven of, on top of the 7 of pentacles, page of swords clarify, and ace of swords um, clarified by the page of swords, the daughter of wands. I'm still getting a very beautiful energy from this, like, it's like you brought light into each other. Your friendship was like this candle, like in the wind, like in the dark. It's like everybody saw you as like this butterfly rising from the bush, like butterflies rising from the bush to meet each other, like moths to a flame. Like, it was like a moth to a flame, and that's how they saw your friendship. And that's how you all felt this friendship was. Like, one moment you'd be the moth and they'd be the flame, and the other moment they'd be the moth and you'd be a flame. A beautiful interaction. And that's how you all started investing your time, like thinking that this was forever, and now that is blocked somehow. um there is definitely inspiration on their side to speak up. They are inspired to speak up, and now they have the information also. They have an understanding of you, like a very proper basic, all the basic understanding of you, they have it, and now they're inspired to uh, speak up to you. I think they can speak clearly now to you. Please clarify the ace of swords and the hierophant. Oh yeah, like okay. This is a marriage proposal. Ace of Cups, like the next time they come towards you, like charging towards you, it's like it's gonna be like, I want to marry you. That's where they reaching, like from the daughter of wands, the father of wands, like the page of wands, the king of wands. Yeah, but they're ready. They're definitely ready right now in present day, present moment. They're ready. Tomorrow's the full moon night, so if you'll feel this energy coming towards you, it is them. They might show up tomorrow under the full moon night to propose to you. Yes, they. That's why I think your pace is a little slow, because you all know that they're coming towards you. And you want to make sure that you're at a reachable distance. You're reachable, and they are very determined that even if you were like a universe apart from each other, they will get to you in an instant. And once that's like sorcery, um, they're just going to show up in front of you, or they're going to appear in front of you suddenly out of the blue, completely matured. Like it's going to feel like you one a second ago their energy felt like the page, and then when they appear in front of you, that second they're like the king. A lot of confidence, or you knew them in page energies and you have a memory of that, and you all know that they have gone through some kind of transformation, like alchemical process, which was hidden from you or blocked from you, right? Um and they've transformed like how they're like the king of wands now, and very determined, very confident, very assertive. They're matching your hierophant status, connection to the higher self, and that kind of knowledge. Gemini, you've got your match. You've definitely got your match, and you've got your marriage proposal coming in. Like if you this looks like a traditional scenario. So if you're the girl, they are going to want to propose. So or bring up the topic. So be mindful of that. And if you're a man, the next time they appear in front of you, they are you better make bring the topic, or be prepared to propose. And ladies, if you are the next time they they get in touch with you, be ready, because this is happening. The Queen of Cups, higher font twice, and this sudden growth, and the Ace of Sword in the middle of it all, and then the Ace of Cups here, and the Ace of Pentacles there. Oh, okay. And them having done all the research possible, and definitely stalked you a lot. Nine of Pentacles and the Hermit. They still they still don't know they or understand this aspect of your life. It confuses them. It possibly makes them want to like they feel that it is too intense, like it is too mystical, and they kind of lose the ability to express their emotions. And this is what they've been seeing or sensing coming up in your future, and that's why they kind of go quiet. They kind of hide in the shadows, or this is what they see, like happening to you in the future, like you're hidden, your energy's hidden. Is because probably you just like as everybody is suddenly like you're really famous suddenly out of the blue, and then you kind of want your privacy, so you go into hiding. But now that they've understood that you're not hiding from them, you're probably hiding from the world. um but then they don't, they'll be like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to keep my emotions in check, or keep my emotions to myself, if like this, if my person's going to be like all struggling with being famous or well known. around the community. So I'm gonna have to keep my emotions to myself. I would like to say this to the person in concern, that no, like, y'all can have you have the Queen of Cups here, like you'll have a free flowing emotional exchange. um Star, Eight of Cups, Nine of Cups, King of Swords. It's like you're leaving something which was not suitable behind. Like they see that in the future, that both of your lives are going to be a little larger than life. It's going to hit celebrity status, even if it is local. It's going to hit celebrity status, and it's like they're saying that this is what I wish for us. This is the kind of respect and space we should command in life. It's not materialistic. It's not really materialist. It's not about money. It's not about a fortune. It's about like appropriation. Like your soul and my soul is star quality, a star quality. So our material world should reflect that. And if it doesn't, then it needs to end. And it needs to go towards the wish that we had for in this lifetime. It's like the only logical way. Like it's probably that this is what they see you saying, and they agree as well, because you have considered them in your future. They see that you have considered them in your future. Knight of Swords. Let's clarify the Knight of Swords. Okay. Five of Swords and Two of Cups. The Moon card. Let's take the Moon card. It's like it's like there was like a split, like, and they realized that it was this relationship broke up because of self sabotage, like their own actions. They realize that now. And maybe your relationship, they try to keep your relationship a secret, like too secret, but they were showing up so like they were like actively pursuing you constantly, and that secret was what was like keeping them chained in their life, like their expansion and growth. So they think that that was self-sabotaging and keeping this relationship a secret, so they don't no longer want to keep it a secret, so that they can break free of this. Yeah, break free of this and do their real journey. uh that is amazing. Break free of that and do their real journey. They want to break this relationship out of the secret zone. um Very quickly they understood that keeping it such a secret, and I think it was like an open secret. It was an open secret, like, because both of y'all kind of have this star quality about you, like, the sun, moon, and star, and the Hermit and the Hierophant showing up twice, and the Queen of Cups. Y'all are quite like equals. You're quite the same. Um, and if y'all are twin flames, like divine counterparts, divine counterparts are not showing up here, but the Hierophant is like basically yes. It's like telling me it's like this same soul, different two bodies, like that kind of thing, playing out into different ways. That is so twin flame. Um, and the hermit card showing up here in the future for both of y'all, like and the lovers card showing up here, so they're like, they realize that it was just the biggest mistake keeping this a secret, because both of especially them, they were showing up in this like really like constantly pursuing you kind of an energy. Constantly their energy was constantly like charging in your direction, and people could see that, and because they wanted to keep it a secret, it would feel to you like, they were charging towards you with anger, or they were trying to make it look like, both of y'all are fighting with each other, and y'all are not romantically involved with each other, um, and that is what was keeping them like stuck in that secret, and in that lie, and in that fake life, like, in the fake behaviors. And that was the self sabotage, and like that's what needed to go. And for that, like, your was split up temporarily. They kind of saw, like, how self sabotaging that is, like, they see that it was just stupid to do that. I think both of y'all see it, the error, the both of us see it as the errors of the way. The lovers card showing up here. Let's clarify. Let's get the normal fairy oracles. There's the snake card. There were some deceptive people. The house came up yesterday as well. There is a dream house that they're thinking about it. Thinking about flying off into the sunset with you in their happily ever after home. It's going to be extremely guarded. I think they're I think they're spending a lot of time in nature. They're being really hard on themselves, honestly. They're really being hard on themselves right now. This house, got on a house, or estate of some kind that they go to spend time like alone, um, like dead to the world, like in hiding. Yeah, tower, or possibly a very tall building or old building that they have access to. They're really connecting with the spirit of like flora, birds, actual spaces, like the spirit of old spaces, spaces in the forest and woods, and they're really connecting with the spirit of things, and they're trying to get different perspectives, actual physical perspective from a height, trying to look many different kind of spaces are kind of opening up to them after realizing that, okay, keeping the only problem here, to me also, in this reading, it looks like y'all kept this relationship, tried to keep this relationship, like y'all showed up with each other, like, you keeping this relationship secret from the world is one thing, but like acting like that with each other, that is a secret, that is sabotaging this relationship. And I think it was them who were insisting uh, to show up like, this relationship was a secret, and uh, they just assumed that you would be okay with it. and now they see the error of that completely, and they also need some time to like recuperate from this, because I think they're really like devastated. They're just really devastated. They're like blaming themselves, and they're really taking it hard. They're really, really taking it hard that oh, they can't meet you, they can't talk to you anymore. It's just like they feel like it's such a grand thing to overcome. But that kind of separation, this kind of separation, them not being able to see you and your energy being uh, out of the picture completely for them in their life, is opening up a lot of physical spaces. They kind of now understand what you were talking about. Like, you might have spoken about, like, spaces opening up, like, these hidden magical places. You might have told them, you should travel alone. You might have told them that, you observe birds and their weird behavior. You all might have connected. I did, me and a person did joke a little bit about these crows that hang out outside my window. Like, it was like this internal joke. We should laugh about it quite a bit. And we did discuss about this, what kind of house that we see like in our dreams, like, or so we were actually talking about like houses that we've seen in our dream, like in our dream, and spaces that we've seen in our dream. So um and also, like, some kind of old world architecture um coming up here. I might have briefly spoken about it because it's quite a hot topic nowadays. Old world architecture, ancient world, ancient alien theories. It's always been a hot topic for whoever connects with that kind of thing. Being able to talk to spirits and spirit guides that are in, like, a spirit activity, like haunted spaces. They're understanding, like, they're discovering this spirit world in all different aspects, like spaces, old places, dream places. They might have seen a house that, you had described to them, that comes to you in your dreams. uh, and they might have seen something like that, like, you might have seen this house and space together. There's definitely a connection with some birds. Probably they understand, like, uh bird activity, like I had mentioned bird's eye view, like, they've been observing birds and how they live and interact. So they're observing these things, like, and like a whole different perspective is opening up to them. There's definitely growth. They've achieved a lot of growth, like they're going from the page to the king, like, it's like realization, oh wow, like, I've grown so much. Amazing reading. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one.